Welcome to your bonus training, 8 Secrets to Reach Your Dream Goals. This presentation is packed full of value. I hope it makes you think, and I hope it sets you up for success as you pursue your goals. I'll be sharing the critical 8 secrets to realize your dream goals, and I'll give you lots of juicy information that you can apply right now on your own. These are science-backed, proven tips to help you not only define your goals, but actually achieve them. And be sure to download the follow-along guide that comes with this masterclass. Take notes and work through the questions to get the most out of this training. I'm Mylène Stellian, your midlife mentor and the creator of this masterclass. One of my superpowers is challenging and encouraging my clients to take action on their dreams, because taking action is the only way, step by step, that you actually reach your goals. There are so many wonderful benefits to taking action on your dreams. When you make progress against your goals, you show yourself who you are and what you're made of. You see yourself in a new light. Your self-image changes. Your confidence grows. Your motivation stays high. And this encourages you to keep at it. In essence, you are what you do. And a key part of getting into action is setting goals, then going after them. Sadly, most goals are not achieved. According to a study by the University of Scranton, a whopping 92% of people who set goals never achieve them. That's right, only 8% do. So it's one thing to set a goal, but a very different one to actually reach it. And that's exactly why I wanted to share this masterclass. If you have identified one or more goals you wish to pursue, you'll want to know, how do I maximize my chances of actually achieving my goals? Today, I'll reveal the 8 secrets to reach your dream goals. These are backed by science in addition to leveraging my personal and coaching experiences. If you've completed the 5-day challenge, Choose Your One Big Goal, the first 2 secrets will be familiar to you, but the other 6 secrets will be brand new. Let's get started. Our first secret is focus on one big goal. If you've worked through the Choose Your One Big Goal challenge, then you know how key this is. But if you've chosen to skip the challenge and watch this first, let me unpack this idea for you. Like most of us, my bet is that you've got a lot of goals you'd like to pursue and achieve. Maybe you want to run a 10K, get a new job, find love, and move into a new home. If you work on all of these at once, it is less likely you'll achieve any of them. Sure, you might make progress on some of them, but you're also more likely to get frustrated and discouraged and even give up. There's a concept in psychology called goal competition. It says that one of the greatest barriers to achieving your goals is your other goals. Your goals are actually competing with one another for your time and attention. In order to fully commit to a goal, you'll have to take energy and focus away from other goals. Now, if you really want to make a big dent in your goals, it's best to focus on one goal and go all in. This requires an unusual level of commitment and discipline. You'll need to make trade-offs and eliminate other goals and pursuits. This is not easy, but it's essential. Of course, this doesn't mean you won't have to attend to life's demands. We all have chores and responsibilities that have to get done. But if we don't prioritize our deepest goal, it just will not happen. Secret number 2 is to make sure each goal is a pure goal. If you've completed the Choose Your One Big Goal challenge, this one will also be familiar to you. If you've not, you might wonder what I mean by pure. It's an acronym I've created combining several proven models of goal setting. It allows you to frame your goals in a way that increases the chances you'll follow through on them. The P stands for profound. The one big goal you choose to focus on must feel essential to who you are and critical to your future. The thought of reaching that goal should literally make your heart beat a little faster. The U stands for urgent. Your goal needs to feel like something you want to get started on right now. It's absolutely vital to you. You're tired of putting it off and ready to take action. This is not a I'd like to, but it's a must do. You are absolutely committed to making it happen ASAP. The R stands for realistic. Your goal should stretch you, but be attainable. If it's too easy, achieving it won't feel very rewarding. If it's too hard, you're in for lots of disappointment when you can't seem to make progress. So choose a goal that is challenging yet achievable. The E stands for explicit. Your goal can't be vague and general, like do your best or try harder. That will get you absolutely nowhere. Set a precise goal, putting in dates, times, and amounts so that you can assess your progress and measure your degree of success. After all, how will you celebrate your achievement if you don't even know you've succeeded? So that's the PURE model. Make sure your goal is profound, urgent, realistic, and explicit. Here are a few examples of goals that are rewritten and reframed to be PURE goals. Find love is rewritten as joinmatch.com by Friday and go on one day each week until I find my soulmate. Start a business becomes launch a new Etsy store with 50 homemade knit scarves by May 1st. Become well-read changes to start a classics book club with 5 girlfriends by March 30th, where we discuss one book each month. Do you see how much more powerful a PURE goal feels? Let's move on to the next secret. Secret number 3 is to claim your goal. What do I mean by that? I want you to demonstrate your commitment, both to yourself and to others. First, I'm going to ask you to write down your goal. Doing this helps to crystallize it and makes it more powerful. Research shows that simply writing a goal down increases your odds of success by as much as 42%. Once you have your goal in writing, you'll want to put it front and center so you can't miss it. Make it your laptop screensaver, put it on Post-it notes around your house in places where you'll see it often, like your bathroom mirror and fridge. Have it pop up as an alert on your phone every day. If you're highly visual, consider creating a vision board, whether on paper or on your computer, with images that capture your goal and how it will feel to reach it. Then make sure that vision board is prominently displayed so you can't miss it every day. The second way I want you to claim your goal is to broadcast it far and wide. Research shows that a public declaration increases your personal commitment to the goal and improves your odds of success. So tell your family, tell your friends, and if you're feeling really brave, post it on your social networks. You never know who might jump in with advice, resources, or support. There's some great examples from US history of famous achievers broadcasting their goals way before they even knew they could reach them. In 1879, Thomas Edison announced that he would publicly display the electric light bulb by December 31st, even though all his experiments had failed up to that point. And he made it. In 1962, John F. Kennedy declared to the world that the United States would put a man on the moon by the end of the decade, even though the technology to do this was not available. And we did. So claim your goal by putting it in writing and broadcasting it far and wide. Let's move on to the next secret. Secret number 4 is to plan 1 week at a time. It's one thing to have a great goal you're excited to work toward, but you need to know how you're going to make it happen. Once you've defined your goal, you might think it's time to map out your whole action plan from start to finish. Now, if you have a common goal that's been researched and practiced by many, like training for a marathon, that works great. There are free training plans available online for novice to expert runners. These will tell you exactly day by day and week by week how to schedule your runs and rest days so you're ready for the race. But for most goals, there are no such standard plans ready-made for us. Unless you're an expert in the goal you're pursuing, it's actually very hard and overwhelming to know right now what your steps need to be from beginning to end to reach your goal. This kind of pressure is often what makes us procrastinate and give up on even our most cherished goals. If you have any doubts or fears, or if you suffer from perfectionism or imposter syndrome, it will be way too easy for you to get caught up in planning paralysis. So no, I'm not going to ask you to put a whole 12-month plan together at this time. Are you feeling relieved? Instead, I'm going to encourage you to set goals for yourself 1 week at a time, with your long-term goal in mind, of course, but not looking too far ahead in the future at this point. I call this productive planning. Planning that produces near-term learning and results will deepen your commitment and motivation while increasing your knowledge and confidence. The momentum you generate will propel you farther week by week toward your long-term goal. This weekly planning is also flexible, so you can adjust and pivot as you learn. I am advocating progress, not perfection. One encourages, the other paralyzes. As the saying goes, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. I love the idea of prototyping forward, pivoting as you learn. The key is to chunk your goal down into bite-sized pieces, small tasks that allow you to make consistent progress step by step, day by day toward your final aim. This allows you to stay flexible. So get into action immediately. Do something now and create momentum to carry you forward toward your goal. Scheduling is key. Most of us spend our days switching off between tasks, like the schedule on the left that shows. Instead, carve out specific blocks of time each day for you to work toward your goal, like the schedule on the right. You might want to do this well in advance if your calendar tends to get filled up. Remove all distractions during these blocks of deep work. The goal is total focus on the task at hand. You'll find the bonus 1-week planner a wonderful tool for this. Let's move on to the next secret. Secret number 5 is track and celebrate your progress. You won't know how well you're doing unless you keep track of your progress, and seeing your progress will be super motivating and keep you pushing toward your goal. Using whatever method you've chosen for your action plan, paper or digital, you'll want to track your progress at regular intervals. With so many claims on your time and energy, the best way to stay on top of your goal is to develop a good system. And I encourage you to check out the bonus goal tracking tools resource list I have provided you as well. I suggest that each morning you review your tasks for that day and recommit to achieving them. Then at the end of each day, check off the tasks you've accomplished toward your goal. Pause for a moment of satisfaction. Next, take a look at tomorrow's tasks and your schedule for getting them done. At the end of each week, review what you accomplished last week and use what you learned to make an action plan for next week, and then keep going. As you see your progress unfold, make sure to take stock and to celebrate key milestones. This is something you might choose to do at the end of each month, for example. Ask yourself, what did I get done this past month in pursuit of my goal? What did I do especially well? How did I handle obstacles or down days when I felt like quitting? What kept me positive and motivated? What triggered bouts of self-doubt and frustration? How can I apply what I've learned moving forward? Then choose a way to celebrate your progress and growth. This is something we often neglect. Maybe it's a pedicure or a coffee with friends. Treat yourself. Let's move on to the next secret. Secret number 6 is to anticipate obstacles you might face on the path to your goal. You will run into roadblocks, so it's key that you know this will be part of your journey and that you make sure not to let these setbacks derail you. The key is to reframe them as challenges to be overcome and to prepare by creating if-then contingency plans ahead of time. The research is clear. Being realistic about challenges you are likely to face and making a plan to deal with them when they happen increases your chances of reaching your goal. So ask yourself and write down, what obstacles might come up? For each one, if it does, what will I do in response? You may feel guilty and self-critical when you experience a failure, but having a plan in place will help you recover and get back on track toward your goal. When a setback comes up, it's also a great time to remind yourself of your why. Why is this goal so important to you in the first place? Why we want something can provide us with the motivation and determination to continue to work toward it, even when things don't go as planned or are more difficult than we anticipated. Here are some examples of if-then contingency planning. If I skip today's writing session, then I'll write twice as long tomorrow. If I'm sick and can't complete my run, then I'll focus on getting better and make up the mileage during my rest day. If someone belittles my goal, then I'll call my friend Kelly for support. If the costs to pursue this goal end up being higher than expected, then I'll ask for overtime hours at work. Come up with your own if-then plans. The more you can anticipate them, the better. Flexibility is key. Not everything will work out precisely the way you planned. If you're too rigid in your approach, the first obstacle might throw you off course completely. Know that you may need to adjust and pivot along the way. So take some time to predict possible obstacles and create contingency if-then plans. Let's move on to the next secret. Secret number 7 is to visualize the steps toward your goal, not the outcome of the goal. Studies have shown that simply visualizing the end result, a successful outcome, may actually trick our minds into believing we've already achieved our goal by triggering a relaxation response that mimics how we'd feel if we had actually reached the goal. This positive daydreaming ends up reducing our motivation and making it less likely we'll get into action. This kind of blew my mind. Instead, visualize each step of your journey, the actions you'll take, the strategies you'll use, the choices you'll make, and the obstacles you'll face. This mental rehearsing has been shown to help us prepare and plan better, increase our confidence, and be more optimistic. So focus on visualizing each step you want to achieve toward your goal, but not on the overall outcome of the goal. All right, secret number 8 is don't go it alone. High performers create a support network to guide and encourage them every step of the way. So when you lay out your action plan, take a look at what resources you'll need to get you to your goal. This could include, for example, funding, time, tools or products, expert help, mentoring, cheerleading, and accountability. Then figure out who can help you. For example, maybe your partner could take over the morning dog walk so you can carve out an hour each day to work on your novel. Maybe you have a few experienced friends who'd be willing to become your advisory board for your new business. Maybe you could ask your sister to call you every Friday at 5 p.m. to check in on your progress. I love that last one, the power of accountability partnerships. Having someone hold you accountable to your stated goals is a great way to increase your chances at delivering on your commitments. When you have to report on your progress, you're less likely to make excuses and sabotage yourself. Whenever you partner with a person or a group, be clear on what you need from them, such as praising your progress and encouraging you to continue, listening and motivating you when you're feeling low, challenging you when you're making excuses, reminding you of your why, helping you troubleshoot issues that come up. Lean on your network and get accountability every step of the way. Now, if you've never had an accountability partner, I've given you all the information you need to get started on the right foot with your bonus guide to accountability partnerships. There you have it, the 8 secrets to reach your dream goals. Focus on one big goal at a time. Make it a pure goal that's profound, urgent, realistic, and explicit. Claim your goal in writing and by broadcasting it widely. Plan 1 week at a time. Track and celebrate your progress. Anticipate obstacles. Visualize the steps, not the outcome. And don't go it alone. Thank you for tuning in. I am so excited for you to make progress on your goals using these 8 secrets and all the bonus tools I've provided. Until then, be well.